riduzone.com. riduzone.com. It's Brad's worked. It's worked for Brad's worked for me, countless other people. Go to riduzone.com and try today. You're going to love it. riduzone.com. Remember that, riduzone.com.
There's a new food show sheriff in town, Podna. Trey's Chowdown Podcast Live will feature celebrity chefs and pitmasters with celebrity mixologists with creative cocktail menus from distilleries statewide. We'll have farmers, ranchers, wildlife experts, fishermen, and more, all for the culinary world and the foodies. Live from the Spoony Studios on the iHeartRadio platform, Trey's Chowdown Podcast Live.
And here we are again, back for another day of Trey's Chowdown Live in the Spoony Studios. And inside the studio, we got Patrick back there, and we got Ron, and I don't know who that beautiful blonde is back there, but she's there watching. Maybe it's Jana. Across from me, I've got David Hollister. David, how's it going today, buddy?
It's going good, Trey. How you doing?
Oh, man, I'm doing awesome. Always. As long as I can get up every morning, I'm breathing, I can put my feet on the ground and walk, I'm doing real good.
That's all you can ask for, right?
That's right. That's all I can ask for. So Dave's been chefing a long time. We're going to talk to Dave about a lot of stuff today, and I'm excited to have him in the studio. So we're going to get right down to it. And Dave, your camera's over in case you want to say hi to anybody.
Hi to everybody.
All right, Dave, so let's talk a little bit about, you're from Fort Worth, correct?
Yeah, born and raised.
Born and raised. And when did you decide, did you start cooking at a younger age, or when did you decide to start cooking?
I burned a lot of stuff in the microwave at a younger age. And after you eat some of that charred plastic and everything, you realize that there's better flavors out there. So I just started experimenting. And better, and decided it was something I wanted to do, so ran with it.
So you just ran with it, yeah, and you got excited, and you went to culinary school. Let's see, how old were you when you went to culinary school?
I was late. I was 28 or 29 when I started culinary school.
Yeah, what'd you do before that? You just kind of bang around town, or what'd you do before that?
Man, I actually was in a couple bars. I owned one.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Let's talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we want to talk about that. Those were some blurry times in my life.
Yeah.
I had Final Approach on the west side of Fort Worth for a little bit. That was pretty solid until the recession hit.
Right.
It tanked pretty hard.
Yeah.
I knew I had to go do something else, and that's really where the culinary school thing.
That's where it started, huh?
Yeah, it kind of happened. It's either go broke and do nothing, or make something yourself.
Yeah. So you went to Le Cordon Bleu, didn't you?
I did.
Is that school's gone now, right?
It's gone. I believe there's still some in Europe and in other parts of the world, but the United States is gone.
They shut them all down, right?
Not all. In the United States, yes.
Yeah, the ones in the United States.
Yes.
They didn't go broke or something, or no?
Yeah, they I think they allowed too many people in and weren't giving some of their Sally Mae, and then weren't getting some of their payments. So
that's it.
Shut them down. Yeah.
Shut them down.
Yeah.
So you went to school. How long did school take?
School was right about 2 years.
Oh, that's a long time,
Full time, yeah.
Are those schools, is that every day?
Yeah, it's Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturday. You go 5 to 6 hours a day. I can't remember exactly what.
So were you actually just in the actual, is it like you and I go to school now, so was it actual in the school, in the studio, it was all kitchen, or was it classroom time? How's that work?
You have some classroom time. We did about a 2-week on, 2-week off program. Would be 2 weeks in the kitchen and 2 weeks in the classroom. It was actually an associate's degree, so we got some of our basics in as well. But we would have 2 weeks of baking, 2 weeks of baking 2, 2 weeks of garde-manger, 2 weeks of garde-manger 2, and then you go through the restaurant. And it was a lot. It was a lot of cooking. They got to get all the foods across the world into you in 2 years, which is obviously a lot.
A big thing, yeah.
Yeah.
What was your favorite thing at that school to do? What was your favorite thing?
Man, we were working with food all the time, and I'm a fat boy, so I love the food. No, I really enjoyed learning about the process and the time it takes to make some of the food.
Sure.
My girlfriend will tell everybody that I'm a very impatient person, but when it comes to food, I have all the patience in the world.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way.
Yeah, you want to see what happens to it, what it needs to do to become, from X to Y. It's the caramelization, the aromas, everything that comes out of food, and
the presentation, the flavor, everything.
Yeah, and then you spent half a day cooking your food, and you watch a bunch of yahoos eat it in 2 minutes.
Yeah, I know. I know.
It's very gratifying.
It still makes you feel good, though, doesn't
it? It does, especially when they come back.
Yeah, that's right. But also too, what I love is also now is food's all about, a lot of it's about presentation, how it looks, and and how the dish on the dish and how it looks when you actually eat it. So
Oh yeah.
I've taken pictures. It's amazing how many pictures I can take of one dish and only use one of those photos, you know, to promote or for whatever. It's great. And I know you do it too. You're doing a great job of photography now. So I know how you know what that's like.
I take a lot better pictures of food than my presentation normally looks like. Not to say that it's bad, but my talent is definitely not on the presentation side. I would have what they would call very rustic presentation. And there's a lot of good chefs out there that have some beautiful presentations.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. You eat with your eyes first. And,
you do.
You know, the photography definitely helps it along.
Yeah, it is. So when you were at school, what was your favorite spot? When you came out of school, what was your favorite spice to cook with?
Oh, man, you already know it's spicy.
Yeah, I know it is. I know. That's why I'm asking. Some people don't know.
Oh, chilies, man. I love the flavor of chilies. Everybody talks about how hot they are, and I can really taste a lot of the components of the chili.
So let's do this. Let's real quick. Let's go through your favorite. Let's go through your top 5 favorite peppers you like. What are your top 5 favorite peppers?
My first and foremost is a cascabel.
Cascabel. Now, where is that, a Brazilian pepper?
No, that's going to be in Mexico. It literally means rattler. It looks like a little baby rattler, and it sounds like one when you shake it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This has some really good chocolate tones to it and a little bit of heat that I like.
It has chocolate tones to it. Okay, I think you've let me try that pepper before. No, if I remember right. Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah. I use it quite a bit. It's in a lot of my my rubs that I use at gas.
Yeah. It wasn't some of the dishes too at Dagwood's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you go through the rundown, but. You know, the cascabel, obviously. I love the chili de arbol. It's a spice like cayenne, but has more floral tones to me, personally, in my opinion. You know, and then the oldie but goodies, the ancho, the guajillo, the pasilla, but I use a pasilla called pasilla de Oaxaca, which is a smoked dried pasilla.
It's a smoked. How long do you smoke it yourself or do you buy it smoked?
I buy it smoked. I buy it from Pendry's here in Fort Worth.
Okay. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you like habanero. Do you use habanero, or is habanero just too hot to cook with, in your opinion?
No, I don't think it's too hot, and obviously it's too hot to eat fresh.
Right.
But it can be diluted down with sugars or whatnot to make it not so hot. The flavor on a habanero is incredible. It should really.
So when you take one of those peppers, and I've seen you chefs do this a lot, but because I don't do the process, I don't remember it all. But when you take a pepper and you want to render it down to where it's not so hot, what's the process of that? How do you do that?
Well, it's called Scoville. Scoville was,
Scoville units.
Yes, if it says $50,000 for a chili pepper, it means that it has to be diluted 50,000 times in sugar water to remove the heat from it.
Okay.
So, you know, it's simple. If we were to take one jalapeno and put it in an 8-ounce glass of sauce, it's going to be pretty spicy. But if we dilute that sauce down to a gallon of sauce, obviously the spice is going to dissipate with the amount that we're making. So that's how we do it. It's just the amount of compared to how much we're making.
Cool. And if you want to smoke a pepper, you just actually put it on so you put it on the smoker. And is each pepper, are all the peppers about the same amount of time when you're smoking one to get the smoky flavor, or is each one different variation of the size?
Size and water content.
Size and water content.
Yeah.
So what's the pepper with? I guess that's right, because some peppers have a very thin wall, some have a very thick wall.
Yeah.
So what would be the thinnest wall? The first one you said, a
thin wall chili pepper. I mean, you could go something like Chalaca is going to have a pretty thin wall, depending on the season. The jalapenos
versus a jalapeno has a thick wall, correct?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And that's amazing how that works. So you just learn that? Do you just learn all that just by trying each one individually?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. You got to make a lot of bad food to get a few good ones out of it.
I know you do.
Yeah.
Well, I was talking to one chef one day. He said, I said, how often do you have to make a dish? And when you start creating a dish, how long does it take you to make the dish? He said, about once. And I said, oh, come on, man. You got to make a dish more than once to figure out how to get it right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Unless you're some genius or something that just was born from your mama's womb and knew everything about cooking.
I mean, there's definitely some advantage to being a chef because of how much we cook. So there are some dishes that when we piece different flavor combinations together, we know what it's going to come out to be, and we know it's going to be good. But to execute that dish that's just fantastic and amazing is trial and error, like anything else in life.
But that's the difference between a chef and a cook. And I think the chef has got passion. The cook is doing it for a paycheck, in layman's terms. I mean, that's just kind of the way I look at it. Chef's got passion. A cook is doing it for a paycheck or to get by. Basically, that's the way I see it.
Yeah.
Is that about right? I mean, I don't know what's true.
Yeah, it can be. I mean, some guys are there to make a living because it's a job. And, I don't think anybody chose to be a chef to get rich. I think you choose it
No.
because you have a passion for it.
Passion for it. And then if you're good at it and you stick with it, that's how you learn.
Yeah.
And I know some guys have to be cooks to start, but most of them that go into restaurants to be cooks aren't angling. If you want to be a chef, then people know that that's what you're trying to do. They can tell.
You can
know?
always see it in the kitchen.
Oh,
because
yeah.
The guy who wants to be the chef is combining some of your food to try to come up with something new. And at first, it'll drive you crazy.
Yeah.
But then it's kind of fun. It's like, all right, let's see what you got.
That's right. Yeah, at first you're not sure. I'm sure it would make some chefs insecure, too. If you weren't secure with yourself,
Yeah.
it might make you insecure, a guy trying to take some of your stuff and go around it.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to be incredibly secure with yourself and the job you're doing to be able to deal with that. But that makes a good chef.
Well, yeah. But I'm also the chef that comes over their back and be like, you better not throw any of that away.
That's right.
If it tastes like garbage, you're still eating it.
That's right. Food cost, baby.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We
Food
have to count for
cost.
that.
Cha-ching.
Oh, yeah.
That's a very important thing.
That's very
Because
important.
if you don't have the right food cost, guess what? The old key gets turned into that sign gets put on the door. Non-payment of rent.
Cross-utilization.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. Okay, so you did that, and now you started. Where'd you start actually chefing at? Where'd you get your first job after you got out of school? What'd you do?
Colonial Country Club as
Oh, that's right. That's right. I remember. Okay, I remember that. That's right.
yeah, as a quote-unquote sous chef.
Right, sous chef.
Yeah,
That's right.
I really took a lot of herbs off of their stems and made a lot of chicken tenders for
Yeah.
children. Yeah.
Yeah, Blaine said he cooked bacon for 2 years in the
Oh
summers.
man, with Grady, I deveined shrimp, made pico de gallo guacamole, and washed dishes for the first 3-4 months.
That'd be our buddy Grady Spears, y'all. That'd
Yeah.
be Grady Spears in downtown Fort Worth, Stockyards, Fort Worth. Grady Spears.
Yeah.
He you sous chef for how long with Grady?
I think it was off and on for right around a year.
Yeah, but that was what. But you got on with Grady. And you learned a lot. You can learn a lot from Grady.
Yeah, he helped me out because I had to take over a final approach halfway through on an owner finance deal that went sour. So I had to devote a lot of time to the bar, and Grady was very acknowledging of that. So when he let me do my thing, I came back and I worked a little bit here and there for nothing. So
then you started your own deal.
Yeah.
But you kind of powder around a little bit. Then you started your own deal.
Yeah.
And you've had some great concepts. Some of them have closed, but I mean, the lifespan of a restaurant, depending on the partnerships and how it goes, may not be very long.
Oh yeah.
So you have had some great partnerships. You had the Dagwood sandwich concept. That was good. What was your favorite sandwich at Dagwood's to make? Hang on, let's back up. This was not a regular sandwich shop. This is a fantastic sandwich shop that made great sandwiches. So tell us a little bit about the sandwiches you made there.
All right. It's no longer round.
It's no longer around. Yeah.
Make sure you know who you're investing with when you do this. So, probably the Dagwood sandwich, and I know it sounds like it's coming from the comic strip, but we used Akaushi tri-tip on it, and it got mesquite grilled over open coals. We actually rendered bone marrow and made a bone marrow jus for it.
Yeah.
If I can remember everything that came on, that had a Beamster Gouda on it, which was fantastic.
That's right.
Grilled sourdough.
It was on a great bun.
Yeah.
Chow had.
Yeah, we had a high heat intensity sourdough, so we could grill it like a steak.
Yeah.
It got brushed with the fennel butter.
Fennel butter.
I don't remember anything else was on that sandwich, but it was incredible. I mean, we got best of for sandwich shop that year. We got nominated for best new restaurant. Matter of fact, all 3 restaurants we did in 3 months. That was lunatic.
Yeah. I told you it was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, you weren't the first one.
I know.
But all 3 got nominated for best new restaurant through Culture Map. And then I believe it was Dallas Observer nominated Common Ground as best new as well.
Yeah.
So that was a pretty good accomplishment.
And you touched on something there before we go to Gas Mug, which you're at now. You touched on something there, Akushi. Did I say right? Do I ever say that name right?
Akaushi.
Akaushi.
Yeah,
I don't
need
think
that little bouncing ball over the world.
Akaushi.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen that video with the balls bouncing. I've seen that. So tell us about Akaushi beef. Give us a little rundown of where it came from and how it came about and why it's so popular now, or why it's getting popular.
Well, Akaushi means red cow.
Right. In Japanese.
Japanese, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. They are, the ranches are here in Texas.
Right.
It is Heartbrand Ranch.
Right.
I won't go in the gist of exactly how that cow got over here because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
There's all kinds of stories.
Yeah.
Google it.
Yeah. This guy managed to get one over here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much the
that's
gist
just of it. Yeah. Long story, it wasn't supposed to be here.
Right.
It wasn't supposed to be, but it is.
It is. It is an all natural. It is a Wagyu.
Right.
For the animal.
And hang on, Heartland's the one that has it, but doesn't Heartland have partners now?
Heart Brand.
Heart Brand, they have it, but doesn't they have partners now? Or is it just all done right there at Heart Brand?
Yes, they have partners. You're familiar with a lot of this. You know, they'll stud out. They'll sell. They'll buy back.
Right.
There's a lot to that I don't know.
Right. It's ranching.
Yeah. It's I'm chefing. Ranching.
It's ranching.
It's a partnership.
They start out, then they raise the calves, and they have to. And I know they have to do it. They do a test on it that they are 100% something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they have to be able to verify the bloodlines. And all that good stuff. But it's everything you hear about the Wagyu cattle. It's the excess, the fat through the muscle fibers. A lot of the fat's on the interior instead of on the exterior of the muscle.
Right.
Making it definitely more juicy.
Yes, it does.
More flavorful. It's a heart healthy fat, and that is certified. They can prove that. You can look it up. It's kind of hard to say that about red beef. Most people think I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Hey, this is the truth.
It's the truth, though.
Yeah, and it you can see it, you can taste it.
You can.
It's amazing.
And you do a lot of stuff around the country. I mean, around here for Heart Brand, you do displays and stuff, right? Different events. Didn't you do the Cattle Raisers Association last year?
Yeah, I've done that the last couple of years, and that's coming up this next week, actually.
Yeah.
So I'll be back there doing that. We always cook some steaks the old-fashioned way in a cast iron over some heat and a little salt and serve it up. And I think last year we did hanger steak. I think we did a flat iron. Obviously, some of their burgers, which are incredible.
Yeah, they're great burgers.
Yeah. And I mean, I use Akushi exclusively. I got a hard time here and there from people say they can't taste the difference, but
oh no,
I use it all the time.
It's good.
Yeah,
and they have you have a new deal. You have a deal you're doing where you're going to do these really big Akushi ribs, right?
Yeah.
We won't say where or what. We'll just say you're going to do like a Flintstone style deal. Tell us about that a little bit.
I'll say it. It's a blaze.
It's a blaze.
Yeah, it'll be at the Texas Whiskey location.
That's right.
In Fort Worth.
What date is that?
It's at the end of March. I don't know the exact date.
That's all right. It's at the end of the March. It's called the Blaze.
A Blaze.
A Blaze.
Yeah. Lou Lambert is the lead chef on it. Terry Chandler from Fred's will be there. Lou's got a spit roast a cow, which will be something to see.
Crazy.
Yep.
And that's at that Whiskey Ranch, the new bad at TX Whiskey Ranch, which is beautiful. You been out there yet?
I haven't been out there yet.
Oh my God. You're gonna fall in love, brother.
That's fine.
Whiskey, ranching, beef. What more do you need? No, you can't beat it.
No.
Not for a fat boy.
Well, so they hit me up to do the appetizer for that. And because I do so much with Akushi and help them on events, I called the guys at Akushi, and I wanted to see if I could get some tomahawks still on, still together with the short ribs still attached.
Right.
So they agreed, and we have 2 sections of the rib cage, which will equal the whole.
Now you're talking about listen to the rib cage for a cow. I mean, it's going to be that's going to be huge.
It's going to be huge.
Like we talked about Flintstone style. If everybody watched the Flintstones back in the day, that's what it's going to be like Flintstones.
Yeah.
Like they used to, they'd set it on the side of the car and the car would tip over.
Yep.
That's what
yeah, I mean, the cars are heavier these days.
Yeah, the cars are heavier.
That.
Yeah.
But it's going to be quite a bit different than what you normally see at some restaurants that have a tomahawk steak, where they have the big, beautiful ribeye on one side and then the long bone. So the bone that I'll be using will still have all the short rib up the bone.
Right.
So if it's just going to look like a giant beef chop,
yeah.
It's going to be enormous, and we are going to cook them in the coals.
In the coals.
No grill grades.
No, just right in the coals.
Yeah, 1800
caveman
degrees.
style.
Yeah. Yep. Few minutes aside, flip it, few minutes aside. I'm going to take it out. I'm going to slice it off the bone, and then it's going to get a chimichurri sauce over the top while the meat is still
Wait. Just stop this. Hang on a second. Chimichurri sauce. This guy right here makes the best chimichurri sauce. Tell us how you make it. Tell us how you make chimichurri. Okay, for someone who doesn't know what chimichurri is, tell them what chimichurri sauce is. Let's break it down for them.
Okay, without going exact location, chimichurri's origins out of South America.
Right.
And it is a parsley garlic sauce.
Right.
I mix mine with cilantro, and then gets red wine vinegar and some chili powder or chili flakes and some cumin.
But it's it's a very simple sauce that a lot of people screw up. And they don't get the right flavor that you're trying to achieve, but you do. And so when you do that and you make up a lot of stuff, so you're going to make a chimichurri sauce for that appetizer.
Yeah, and it's just such a good universal sauce. I mean, parsley and garlic will go on just about anything, from vegetables to fish to pork, poultry, and now obviously beef.
It's just so good. And it's kind of funny. I remember you made it fresh one day. We were one of your kitchens over there off 7th, and it was like 2.5, 3 years ago maybe. I remember you made it fresh, and I tried. I was like, man, and you put it on the menu, and then all of a sudden it started popping all over the place. Remember, I was texting, hey, this guy's got chimichurri, that guy's got chimichurri.
Yeah. Well, I definitely wasn't the originator of it.
No, I know you weren't, but no.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites, and you see it in a lot of places because of the versatility.
Yeah,
because it's so
very
good.
versatile.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. It's not the garlic's not overpowering. It's just a really delicious sauce, I think.
Well, and you think about it this way: you have something like a ribeye. It's not a crazy fatty piece of meat, but it's rich and it has that fat in it.
Right.
So when we have something fatty, we want to add acid to it.
Sure.
To help,
Right.
Yeah.
Break it up.
Yeah. So we're adding this acid to it to cut the fat flavor.
Right.
So you have brightness and savory.
Sure.
And in between there, we're gonna emphasize on all those flavors with the roasted garlic and the chilies. Add a little spice to it.
Yeah.
More savory components.
Floral
Floral lemon.
lemon.
Yeah, with the parsley.
And when you say spicy, it's not spicy sauce. It just has it in there. It's kind of. I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you what that sauce is. It's a flavor rodeo. That's on your palate. That's what it is, man. It's good.
All right. Flavor rodeo.
Yeah.
It's your show, Trey.
Well, I heard Fury, says he's a long time ago, he calls everything Flavor Town.
Yeah.
And I had to come up with my own little stick.
There
So
you
last
go.
time I said, but I only use it every so often. That'd definitely be a flavor rodeo in your mouth right there.
Yes. It's going
You
to
would be.
Yeah.
And
the greatest part about it is that these big old tomahawk ribeyes are the appetizer.
Yeah.
You can only have a cut of meat that big to an appetizer to a bigger cut of meat.
How much do you think that's going to weigh?
I would assume that both together probably weigh about 200 pounds.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
Maybe
That's
less.
going to be awesome.
I've never worked with one straight up, so we're gonna.
You're going to see what happens.
Yeah.
So, Akush, you do a lot. What's some other dishes? Some other dishes you've made with akaushi
There you
beef?
go.
How'd I do?
There you go.
I keep thinking when you said that ball.
It's the first one in 5 years.
Yeah. You remember that ball I used to see
yeah.
on, the bing ding. When you said that, I started thinking about it. That's how I got
I'm
it.
glad I could help.
Yeah, I'm glad you could help. I'll never forget it now. Every time I see the word. So, what are some of your favorite dishes to make with the akushi?
Obviously, a burger.
Yeah, obviously so.
I mean, our El Jefe at Gas Monkey is.
That's right.
I've been rolling that burger for a long time. It's delicious burger.
That's right. What's all in that burger? I think that's a burger I had on my wall on my food page for a while.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
It's always done very well. This is a brioche bun
Right.
with a local bakery. It obviously gets the akushi
Right.
hamburger patty.
Sure.
We use a balsamic onion jam on the spread. It gets this new lettuce that I went out to California to find called Better Burger Lettuce.
Yeah, better burger lettuce.
It is a cross between.
Wait. Better. Say that about 10 times. Better burger lettuce.
Yeah.
BBL.
I went to Monterey, California to Marcon to look at this lettuce.
Are you serious?
Serious.
Is
Yeah.
that good?
Yeah, it was back in June.
Better burger lettuce.
Better Burger Lettuce. It is a cross between romaine and green leaf lettuce, and the bulb grows perfectly to every leaf is perfect size for a burger.
Every leaf is a perfect size for a burger.
Yeah.
Better burger lettuce.
Better Burger Lettuce. So there's no prep
I gotta
involved.
write that
I
down.
save labor on that. Not much. I save about an hour a week in total.
I don't care about the labor, but if it's one leaf per burger.
You got to come to Gas Monkey to try this. We're the only ones in Texas with it.
Yeah, you got to come to Gas Monkey. He's the only one to try it. That's be Gas Monkey in Dallas.
Yeah. How many times have you heard somebody pitch lettuce to come try your restaurant?
But lettuce is important. But there's a lot of good things there's a lot of elements to a great burger.
Yeah, I agree.
And fresh produce is a huge part of it.
Yeah.
But also too is the bun, and you said use a brioche bun.
Yeah, brioche.
I can't tell people enough. People say what makes a good hamburger. I think to start off with, the bun's got to be really good. The bun has got to be good. It's got to be fresh. So when you bite down, it doesn't have, because I think if the bun's bad on top and bottom, it gives you a horrible product.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
In my
And it's got to
opinion.
hold up.
Yeah, it's got to hold up.
Yeah, your sauce on the bottom bun can't be too runny, or it breaks down the structure of the bun, and your hamburger falls apart.
Yeah.
Your burger can't be overly juicy on the top. It's got to retain that juice, or it's going to destroy the top part component of the
Right.
bun.
And then the burger starts doing what I call the spider web.
Yeah. You can't go all buck wild with all your ingredients in between, because then when you hold that burger, it shoots out like a banana out of its peel.
That's right.
Yeah. So this burger.
Hang on one second. We're going to go to break. We're going to go to break. We'll be right back in a few minutes to finish up with Halls. We're going to talk about gas monkey and all kinds of other stuff. See y'all in a bit. Bye. Jana.
Never Forgotten Apparel is more than just a premium women's and men's clothing line. It's a movement to remind us to wear American-made and serve those who serve us. Our heroes. Never Forgotten Apparel gives 20% of their total sales to nonprofits that support homeless veterans and off-duty firefighters, and 50% to individual veterans and firefighters in need nationwide. Check out neverforgottenapparel.com. Use promo code MATT, M-A-T-T, and get 15% off your purchase.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month, based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395.
Have you done it? You catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror?
I'm one of those people you don't want to see naked.
Yeah, most of us. But I mean, you look and you're going, what the?
I know.
How did I get to whatever?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, it's horrible. Hey there, it's Doc Thompson and Brad Staggs to tell you about a different way to shed those pounds. This is brand new tech. It's only been around for a couple of years or so. It was based on research from the University of California that said there's a molecule called OEA that's found naturally in your body. It produces it in the Mediterranean diet, that when taken in concentrated amounts, it will actually make you feel fuller and boost your metabolism.
I've lost about 10 pounds so far.
It's amazing.
It
Now,
really is cool.
A company said, we can take this to market and make this great product that'll help you. It's called RiduZone, R-I-D-U zone.com, R-I-D-U zone.com. It's Brad's work. It's worked for Brad's, worked for me, countless other people. Go to RiduZone.com and try today. You're going to love it. RiduZone.com. Remember that, R-I-D-U zone.com.
And we're back on Spoony. I still can't believe they gave me a show on this crazy network. Anyway, we're back here with David Holster talking about food life, friends, and good times. Okay, let's start over. Let's talk about this burger science a little bit.
Okay.
Let's just start over. But before the break, we talked when I had to stop you because we got to pay the bills. We're capitalists around here. And we like to pay the bills. Who doesn't like to pay the bills anyway? So we had to break it up a little bit. So let's talk a bit about burger science. We talked a little bit about the burger a while ago. So let's explain to people the burger science. What makes a good burger? So let's just get David, take it away, baby. Let's talk about it.
Well, I mean, obviously, with any foods, it's a good combination of different flavors,
right?
Combinations. So the El Jefe that we were talking about before is the brioche bun with the balsamic onion jam.
Right.
Then we put that better burger lettuce there.
Right.
We actually take some jalapenos, bread them and fry them in chicharrones or pig skins.
You bread them and fry jalapenos.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
We get the burger on top. It gets a smoked cheddar over the top of that.
Right.
Bacon over the top of that. Got
right.
a cheeseburger with bacon.
Right.
And then we finish it with the fried egg,
which I think is essential to me for a great craft burger. I think it's essential.
Yeah, a little bit more savory components, and
right.
I actually have my own blend of salt and pepper.
You do, yeah. We're going to talk about that too. Yeah,
yeah.
And here's what's funny though. People seem to think nowadays because and I do a burger war every year, and it's getting really popular. Last year I tried 120 burgers, and what I found out is that you can't just throw a bunch of stuff on a burger and think it's going to be a good burger. Oh, I want to put this. That's not what it is. It's about stacking the flavors so that when you bite it, it tastes good. So explain the burger science from the bottom to the top, how that works.
Okay, well, you have to have the sturdy bun.
Right.
Everybody buys the little white buns at the grocery store, and they always fall apart. The only ones that don't are from the ones that, has the burger that's been grilled to death.
Right.
So brisket on a burger now. So I like having a layer of a condiment, i.e. like stone ground mustard,
Sure.
or a good aioli,
Right.
something that's thick and can stand up to the heat a little
Not
bit.
with that thick, not with that much sauce, just a nice little spread.
Yeah, a little spread.
A little
You know,
spread.
a lot of these components that when that hot burger is put over the top of it, it starts to thin out the sauce.
Right.
And it's going to saturate the bun, and the bun's going to fall apart. Nobody wants to eat a burger that's just falling out of your hands.
No, they don't. It does that spider. I talk about the spider web effect.
Yeah.
It just goes everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. So lettuce is a great component, obvious reasons for lettuce, but it also provides a crunch. You don't want
Sure.
the lettuce that's been sitting in the sun all day or one that's sitting down and gets flimsy. You want a good sturdy lettuce, provide a little bit of crunch. A tomato is going to add acid, which is a good component to add to anything fatty or savory.
Sure.
Pickle is another one that's going to add a acid component.
Right.
Cheese is just more flavoring.
Right.
Depending on what kind of cheese you use, can be anything from floral to savory, so on and so on.
Smoked or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Bacon, it's got to add a lot of salt,
Yeah, sure.
smoke flavor,
Yeah.
obviously good flavor.
Bacon always has good flavor.
Yeah, bacon always.
Always good to anything.
Always. Yeah. Yeah. And a little bit of a smoke component to the grill, it's just going to change your flavor. Personally, I'll take a mesquite grilled burger anytime. Flat top is great, but mesquite is just the flavor is awesome.
Because it changes the flavor profile.
Yeah.
In your opinion, because I've seen studies on this. In your opinion, does it matter? Do you think the sauce is better on the top or the bottom when you're putting sauce on? Because I see people, I've read studies that said that, well, the burger's better with the sauce on top to hit your palate, but I mean, because it's better on the bottom because you hear your palate taste it first versus on top. Is there any theory of that to you?
I'm going to put it on the bottom because when I bite through the burger, my tongue is going to hit the base of the bun, and then it's going to connect with all that acid from something like a stone ground mustard.
Sure.
Or all that garlic from an aioli.
Sure.
Which, I mean, in the culinary world, we have something called an amuse-bouche, which means to amaze the palate, and it's usually a pre-appetizer.
Wait, hang on, let's get amuse-bouche.
Yeah. Not amuse-douche, but amuse-bouche.
Bouche.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It means to amaze the palate.
Sure.
And they're usually very acidic or very savory, and it's something that gets you hungry and salivating. So, when you come in contact with something like Dijon mustard or stone ground mustard on a burger, it activates your palate almost immediately. And then you taste all the fat from the beef and, the bacon and all the cheese and the savory and all these combinations. And it's one of the things that makes burger a
great burger.
Yeah.
And we talked about this earlier, the bun. Bun's got to be fantastic.
Got to be a fantastic bun. And for all the home cooks out there, and even some of the restaurant guys, if you're making your own patty from scratch, you need to put it in the refrigerator and let it sit up. Don't go start making the burger by hand and everything. The heat from your hand is actually rendering out that fat, and it'll make your burger fall apart. If you let it sit in the refrigerator and let that fat render back together and let it congeal, basically, and then grill it or put it on
kind of like a mold, like a little hamburger mold,
or meatballs like your grandmother used to make. They hold together.
That's why they let them all sit up, because they go back and congeal. The heat from your body does a lot of weird things. When they roll all those balls up, they meatballs, they put them up and they. I think one guy said he does it overnight. He lets them sit up overnight with sauce or whatever.
Yeah. That's what I would do. Is I would let them sit overnight, minimum of 4 hours up to overnight.
So, in your opinion, on a great burger, is there a strategic place to stack the vegetables and stuff as you go up, or is it just meat on the bottom? And then how do you do it to make the ultimate burger? How do you do it?
Me personally, if I'm just going to go a cheeseburger with LTO or a lettuce, tomato, onion, I'm going to go bun, sauce, lettuce, tomato, onion, burger, cheese, and then whatever you want to pile on top of that.
Because all those components, when you bite down, they all have a flavor profile as it all comes together, correct?
Yes. Onion, crunch, sweet. Tomato, acid. Lettuce, crunch. I mean, it's going to be,
Yeah. It makes a great burger. And you've made a lot of great burgers. What are some of your burger names that you've done?
Oh, let's see. I mean, we have the El Jefe.
Right.
I like to think that one's after me.
Yeah, that's right.
We have the Coyote Burger, which is a spicy burger that we do.
What's the Coyote Burger?
That one has a habanero sauce, a chipotle aioli, has fresh habaneros, goat cheese, the same chicharrones, fried jalapenos on a brioche bun. We have started a new burger at Gas Monkey that was inspired by the boss man out there. It is a barbecue burger or smokehouse burger.
Right. You that big smoker or no?
This one, it actually has our barbecue sauce on it. Now, our barbecue sauce goes on the smoker with the briskets overnight. So a lot of the rendered fat from the briskets, comes into the barbecue sauce.
That's a great idea.
All those, there's a lot of purists out there that don't want sauce with their barbecue because it wasn't made to go with that barbecue.
Right.
My barbecue is made to go with my barbecue.
See, that's awesome. I'm one of those guys, just like if I go any place to, when I go do food reviews, especially barbecue restaurants, I don't taste anything with sauce until after I eat the meat first, because I want to taste the fat and all that, then the flavor in the meat, how they prepared it, and then after that I'll try the sauce after I've figured out what I want to do with that. But yeah.
And most people don't know that Gas Monkey is a barbecue joint.
Yeah.
I mean, we smoke our own meats. Our briskets go for 15 hours.
I've seen that big old smoker you got.
It's like a 1-bedroom apartment.
Yeah, it's like a 1-bedroom apartment.
We could smoke 1,000 pounds of meat in there at one time.
Can you believe that? 1,000 pounds of meat. Can you believe that? 1,000 pounds.
And we'll do that at Gas Monkey.
Hey, what about that guy that power washed your smoker out one day? Do you remember that?
He's not with us anymore.
No, he's not.
Yeah. That was a surprise.
I could not believe that. That was amazing to me, man. That was crazy. That guy did that. It took all the seasoning or whatever they call it out of there.
Mm-hmm.
I call it seasoning, because if it's been in there, you don't want to clean the inside of it. Of course, maybe the racks every once in a while you do, but for the most part, you want that seasoning in there.
Oh yeah, it just helps add all the flavor, in my opinion.
Yeah. It's like a cast iron skillet.
Why are you bringing up bad memories, Trey?
I don't know. It's kind of like cast iron. Keith's talking about them cast iron skillets. Boy, how much he remembers. He said but Hicks said, he's a kid that they used to have cast iron and he was a kid, and then, each one would take on its own flavor. And that's the only one they use, which what everybody does now.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people just don't know that. If they're younger generation, they don't know that. But cast iron creates flavor. It opens those
Absolutely.
pores.
Yeah. It gets hot. The pores of the steel open up.
Yep.
Yeah, and then they close up.
It's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So you are at Gas Monkey now. You've been doing a Gas Monkey stint for a while. Gas Monkey is a big brand now. I mean, it's a worldwide brand.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all been in airports. You got all over the place.
Yeah.
So you started with Gas Monkey a long time ago, and you've made a lot of developments at Gas Monkey in the kitchen stuff with them. Explain to us about Gas Monkey, where it is, and kind of how it evolved, and tell us the story of the monkey.
Well, I've been at Gas Monkey for almost 6 years now.
Right.
It's kind of hard to.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I came in July of 2013, wrote the menu. I wanted to treat it like if you were to go to a mechanic shop and you look out back, those guys work around the clock on the cars, and you would see either a grill and or smoker. So I wanted to design my menu for the restaurant around that. And so we do. We grill or smoke everything, even some desserts at times.
Yeah, you do. That's right. Yeah.
A lot of sauces, mayonnaises, creams. Yeah. Everything goes on the smoker. So Gas Monkey obviously is for Gas Monkey Garage, which is in North Dallas, and the restaurant is just right down the road. We're right off Technology Boulevard by Papa Do's Steakhouse and their barbecue joint and all the other restaurants.
You take up like a whole little city out there.
Yeah, and the restaurant's not a little one either. It's big, 19,000 square feet. We have a massive patio. We have a big VIP room overlooking the stage. We could seat a ton of people.
You have a little lake out front.
Yeah.
So got the waterfall on it.
There used to be some fountains out there. Yeah, those are gone.
Yeah, those gone. Yeah.
I think they were a little expensive to maintain.
They probably were. Yeah.
There's also a big torch on the backside, so you feel like grilling some mushrooms or not mushrooms, some marshmallows.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But we're a full service restaurant, and we also do banquets. We have Gas Monkey Live, which is a complete live venue. We've had some big names out there from Motley Crue, Dwight Yoakam.
Big names.
Yeah.
So you kind of made it as a garage type menu, and you say there's kind of a people sit out in their garage and cook, and that's a big thing nowadays. People working on their cars, or even if they don't have cars, they put their grill out by the garage and sit in the garage and have a good time. Friends come over and they cook, so tell us about the menu, kind of what's all on the menu and how do you develop the menu, because you did the whole menu there.
I did the whole menu. Yes. All the recipes over there I wrote. I call it Backyard Barbecue Texas Comfort.
Right.
We do a lot of burgers, chicken fried steaks, our version of a cheesesteak sandwich, but we also do smoked brisket, pulled pork. We have our own Gas Monkey sausage, which is my recipe.
Yeah.
We have a ton of proprietary seasonings.
Right.
We make our own sauce that ships out
You
all
sell
over.
it.
Yeah, our Gas Monkey barbecue sauce. We were talking earlier about you make a recipe one time.
Yeah.
That was the first recipe we ever wrote for Gas Monkey, and we made it once.
You made it once. That
made
was
it
great.
one time.
So good.
That's probably the only one in my career.
Yeah, probably
Not really.
so.
I think there's a few more, but yeah.
You said proprietary spices. Now, you have some of your own spices, correct? Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about Gas Monkey spices?
Well, yes, I wrote them for Gas
Right.
Monkey.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Yeah. So, you get so you want everything to be consistent,
Right.
And we make so much food.
Big word, consistent.
Yeah, consistent. Oh,
Whether
yeah,
you're
that's the name
doing
of
a
the game.
small operation or a big operation, you want them to be the same, exactly the same every time they come back and try it.
Yeah. So we our barbecue. So obviously we have a lot of rubs.
Right.
So I went to Pendry's, which is based
Right.
out of Dallas. I shop at the Fort Worth store all the time, and I had them make our rubs for us. And so
Right.
now they're pre-blended and everything, and they're listed between our barbecue, our pork rub, or our salt for fries, which is my salt and pepper blend.
Yeah, no, I love those sulfur fries. That's good stuff, man.
Yeah, the telecherry, the hickory smoked salt, and then kosher salt.
Yeah.
We
French
also have our
fries.
own red chili flake blend.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've tasted that. That's good.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
good.
So, and now we've actually worked on some of our big batch recipes where we have the dry ingredients pre-mixed, where they just have to scoop
Right.
or weigh
Right.
into the bowl, and then they add the other stuff like cornbread, like eggs and milk and stuff like
So
that.
it's consistent. Yeah.
Yeah, but everything else is there. It's almost like the Sam Koch theory,
Yeah.
or the McDonald's guy, Ray Koch, whatever.
Is
his
that
name is.
Ray Kroc?
Yeah, give one guy the simple job and make him do it right.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Well, the problem is they don't all the time.
no,
That's
they
the problem. And you said it when you said consistency, teach people to do it right. The problem that you have in a lot of restaurants is that you bring these guys in that want to be chefs, and they take the menu in the middle of whatever they're doing, and they try to make it their own. But the same menu item is supposed to be constructed one way and prepared one way,
Right.
and they do a different one. They send it out, and the customer gets mad because that's not what they were looking for.
Yeah.
So consistency is a huge thing, a huge part of if you're going to open up a restaurant.
Oh yeah, huge, because if a customer likes it, they might come back.
Right.
If they don't like it, they're never coming.
Never
back.
coming back.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I talked about that with the chef from Patrick from Abacus. They don't, a lot of times nowadays, because so much is going on, and so many people don't want to actually tell you what's wrong in the restaurant, they will leave and then go write a review on it, and you'll never see them again.
Absolutely.
Once they leave that point of contact to your restaurant, and you haven't talked to them, or they haven't talked to you about making it right for them, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to see them again.
Yeah.
But they're going to blow it up on social.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What's that wonderful one that starts with a Y?
Oh yeah. No, I'm gonna give them advertising. I call them keyboard cowboys.
Oh yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah, they make food critics by the dozen.
Oh God.
Yeah.
We're not gonna get into that either.
No.
No.
Oh man, no.
I think being a food critic, you have to, in my opinion, be a good food critic. Anybody can be a food critic, but I think to be a good one, you have to know what restaurant operations, front of the house, back of the house, how it operates, and to make a real review, you have to understand the whole scope of the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a chef and I want to be a chef, and I've asked you a million times about things when something's come to me about flavors and stuff, but that's because I want to know, because I want to gain the knowledge before I write about something. I think it's wrong for somebody to leave a restaurant that's been there one time and spent 15 minutes or 20 minutes in that restaurant and write a review they don't know nothing about. I mean, that burns me up.
Yeah. At one point in time, I sold a spicy grilled cheese at Dagwood. Remember that?
Yeah.
The jalapeno grilled cheese,
Right.
and I got a Yelp review because some lady said it was spicy.
Yeah. Oh, what was the name of the sandwich again? Spicy grilled cheese.
It was like a jalapeno, like smoked jalapeno grilled cheese.
Yeah, but it was too spicy to eat.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. It's like this water's wet.
This
And you
water's
get a
wet.
review for it.
Yeah, I got a review for it. Yeah, so I just think if someone's going to write about stuff that needs the reviews need to be. I'm a big opponent of that. I think for you to put stock in a review, it needs to be a review that somebody understands what they're talking about, and not somebody. A lot of people write reviews because they got mad because they didn't get a certain sauce, or because they got mad at the manager, or they thought they got seated slow. That's not a real review.
Right.
But anybody who knows about food, like a guy told me today over at ABC, he said anybody that knows anything about food can read a review and start and understand real quick why the review is being written.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's talk about the rest of the menu at Gas Monkey. I got sidetracked, ADD, I'm always bouncing everywhere. So the rest of the menu. So we talked about the burgers. What else do you have at Gas Monkey?
Got some burgers, barbecue. We do a true Texas red chili out there.
Yeah, the chili's very good.
Yeah.
Is that a year-round chili there?
That's year-round.
Okay.
That is, we use actually Akaushi beef shank on that.
Right.
Takes a long time to braise that meat down.
So the chili process, how long does that take you to do out there for your chili?
Yeah, 4 or 5 hours normally.
4
what it
yeah.
takes, to make our chili.
Yeah.
And it's got a lot of bone marrow in it, and
Right.
it's a good Texas red.
People don't understand about bone marrow how delicious it is.
Mm.
I call it meat butter.
Oh yeah.
I remember the
sure.
story. I know. Where's that, Jameson? I remember that story. But I remember that story about you going in that restaurant one time. I won't say. And you had the bone marrow, right? It was all in bone marrow. If you've never seen bone marrow, They cut it, and it's got a channel in it. So once you scrape the marrow out of it, it's got like a little canoe in it, right? So David turned it up and put Jameson in and poured the Jameson down started at the top of the bone marrow and pulled the Jameson down to get the flavor of what was left on that bone.
All right, let me go through this.
Okay.
Because you are not visualizing this like I will.
Let's visualize it. All right.
So, like any good pan when you're cooking, no, I won't go that far.
Right, yeah.
No, so the bone is hot, and you're scooping the marrow out and you're eating that. Well, there's still bits left in the bone.
Right.
So just like you would deglaze a pan, I take a bottle of Jameson and we deglaze the bone, but we deglaze it like
as you drink it.
Yeah, right down the bone, and we drink it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just one restaurant; it was several restaurants.
I know it was.
And only one I've been asked not to do that during business hours or 7:30 on a Friday.
So, I'm sure not 7:30 on Saturday.
No.
We call those money days.
Oh yeah. Well, and we're sitting at the bar and we have like probably 2 or 3 orders of bone marrow, and we have 2 or 3 orders of foie gras torchons.
Sure.
And so we're running a good tab.
Yeah.
But we're being loud and we're taking shots of Jameson.
Yeah. Imagine that being loud. I would never be accused of that.
Oh, man. Yeah. Never at all.
No.
Oh, never at all, Trey Chapman.
I never get in trouble for anything. Okay. So you got that. So what else is on the menu?
I mean, we do some healthy food. We have some salads, and you can add as much barbecue to the top of it if you want. We would have a lot of tacos on the menu. What I don't think people know about Gas Monkeys, we are a complete from-scratch kitchen.
Chef-driven menu.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chef-driven from scratch every day, all day long.
Yeah.
Everything is fresh. Everything is fresh, right down to your own proprietary spices.
Yeah, and a lot of these products get made multiple times a day.
Yeah.
The mashed potatoes get made 2 to 3 times a day.
Right.
The cornbread gets made 2 to 3 times a day.
Right.
The kitchen manager there, Jaime, I mean, he has it really under control. He knows that we're going to sell so many of this for lunch, and that's what's cooked. And if we need to get rolling on more, then he does that.
Now, don't you soak your potatoes in water to take the starch out of it? Your French fries or your potatoes?
Yes, yeah. We soak them overnight to leach the starch out.
We were doing a little series over there one time. I remember I remember you showing me these big things of potatoes, vats, where you want to call them potatoes. Yeah,
6 55-gallon trash cans full of potatoes.
Yeah. But that makes a really good French fry when you do that, and then you drain it off. What makes a good French fry? While we're talking about it, let's say that
time.
Exactly. I knew you were going to say time. Yeah. Time and pre-soaking them, blanching them.
Yeah, pre-soaking them, leach the starch out, then we cook them off 5 minutes at 250 degrees. Giving them par cooking. What we're actually doing is we're cooking the potato itself without browning them at all. And then they rest. We want them to dry.
So you take them out, you let them rest.
Mm-hmm. So they'll dry, and when they're steaming like that, we'll throw something like crushed garlic cloves underneath to help steam that garlic, get some of that flavor in there. And then when we're ready to go, they get thrown into a 350-degree fryer for, again, 5 minutes, which crisps up the outside, leaving the inside nice and soft.
And then you put that awesome pepper salt blend you have on there, makes them so good.
Yeah.
GBD, baby. Golden brown delicious.
And then you'll get hit with the hickory smoked salt, cherry pepper, and kosher salt.
Dude, I had some butter. I had some hand-whipped butter that they made at Abacus last week on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
It was hand-whipped butter with smoked salt and a little bit of truffle. And I'm going to tell you something, man. I mean, it was just, it was out of this world. It blew my mind. It was delicious.
No, they didn't give you a truffle to try, did they?
No, they didn't.
I don't know if anybody knows this about Trey Chapman.
No, they don't. I bit a truffle like an apple one night. I might have had a few glasses of whiskey before I bit that truffle, and it might have been dark. I'm just saying.
Oh, that story is all around Fort Worth.
Isn't that funny, though? Well, you can't take for stories like that, man.
I can't be in a group of chefs and us talk about truffles without your name coming up and talking about how, and believe me, the size of this truffle gets bigger every time I hear this story, too.
I bet it does.
Yeah, last time it was huge. It was like a basketball, and you had your face buried into it.
I know. That's a great story. You can't take for stories, right?
No, you can't.
So I'll just, let me tell you about this story. So what happened was I was at Clay Pigeon with Chef Marcus Paisley, and I was dining there, and I had started. I was waiting for the dinner, and I had a few glasses of TX whiskey, And we were laughing, joking, and kidding around. And
You know, a few means two, right?
yeah, a few means two doubles.
I guess that few means a couple more.
Yeah. And so Marcus came out and he said, hey, I got some you want me to try. I just got some truffles in from France. You want to try one? He didn't say truffle. He said, I have something I want you to try from France. I said, sure. Well, I wasn't thinking. I couldn't see. And so he brought it out and he said, I want you to put your sniffer to this. And for some reason, I thought he said, I want you to take a bite of this. I don't know what I was thinking. But let me tell you something. I took a bite of this truffle, and I'm going to tell you something. I have never in my life. I took an apple-sized bite out of this truffle. First, it was hard. And second of all, when I started chewing, I was like, He said, the expression on his face, he grabbed that truffle out of my hand and ran back to the kitchen. You know, it's open kitchen. And I saw them back there, and they were all scattered. They were all staring, laughing, scared, back and forth. He didn't know what to do. He didn't know what, but I'm going to tell you, have you ever taken a bite of a truffle that big?
No.
I'm going to tell you something.
Do I look like somebody who's taking a bite of a truffle that big?
It's life-changing.
I bet.
He came back out, and he said, you know what you just did? He said, you just had about a $300 bite right there.
Yeah.
I said, yeah.
Yeah. That's good. Now we have a price to it. Because everybody asks, like, how much do you think that costs? Well, I guess it depends on the truffle.
Yeah, I did. It was $300.
Did he make you pay for that?
No. I felt like a good guy sent me to pay for it, and he's like, no, I got you. It was funny, though, anyway.
Man.
So anyway,
it's good to know that he's truffle rich over there.
Yeah, he's truffle rich.
You would have paid for it at my restaurant.
Yeah.
Or I would have. One of the two.
Somebody would have. Yeah. All right, so let's fix talking about the menu. So we got that done. Remember, let's just talk about Gas Monkey General now. So they've got a great menu. It's a backyard style. And the barbecue is cooked. You said 15 hours in the barbecue.
Yeah, depending on what it is. Yes.
Depending on what it is. You have all kinds of shows. If you got the Gas Monkey Live, tell us about that a little bit.
So Gas Monkey Live is bigger than the grill. It's a 40,000 square foot live music
40,000 square foot is huge.
Yeah, it's a big spot. Alex said Gas Monkey did a great job getting that place set up. You know, him and his connections with getting the bands booked in there, like Motley Crue, The Sword out of Austin, Texas. Tiger Army was an awesome show.
Yeah.
Social D played there. Social Distortion.
Yeah.
I believe they're the opening.
I saw that Tiger Army's name, right?
Yeah,
what kind of music are they?
I consider it kind of like rockabilly. Alex,
rockabilly, was it good?
Yeah, I think they're awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And what's the name of them one more time?
Which one?
Their full name? That band, Tiger Army?
Tiger Army, yeah.
Tiger Army.
Yeah,
Where'd they get that name from?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh! So you do so. Here's how Gas Monkey works. You have the restaurant, which is there. It's big. It's got patios. They have live music there. But then across the street is Gas Monkey Live, which is the small size of Six Flags or something that's huge.
Yeah.
And you do venues there, but you also cook in there as well.
Yes.
You do the menu there. And you do the menu at Gas Monkey. So does the menu transfer from Gas Monkey Live, or do you make specific things for each event?
We make specific things for the live concerts, and it's very much like concession food.
Sure.
You know, we're selling people that are there for the band. They're not sitting down. We need to be able to give them something they can hold in their hand and eat.
Right. And do you ever have artists that come in there that are specific about what some foods that they want?
Oh, yeah.
All the time, huh?
Yeah.
You still have that really cool VIP area up there? The lounge that's still there? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you know, with the bands, I think a lot of times it's the manager. You know, get them set on a diet.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay. You get disappointed when somebody just wants like grilled asparagus with no salt for dinner.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
You know what? Yeah.
Sous chef.
Sous chef. Yeah. That's good. That's good. So back over. So how many other bands you got there? You got some of the bands coming now?
Yeah. Matter of fact, here in March, like March 22nd, we have Boozy Badass.
Right.
That should be a good show. End of March, the 28th, you have Bad Fish.
Right.
That one should be really good. Yeah, and then back on March 23rd, you'll get Shane Smith and the Saints.
Yeah. Oh, I love those guys.
Yeah.
But you also do photography too.
Yeah, I do.
So let's talk about your photography a little bit. He takes amazing photos. This guy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It actually started. It was just a little over 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, it's to take pictures of food at Gas Monkey for our menus and everything. And it's turned into this whole nother animal.
It has.
Now I do a lot of landscape photography. I do stop motion photography.
Right.
I do time lapse. There's actually a time lapse going on at my house right now.
Oh, that's cool.
While we're here, it's just rolling.
And tell some people, are there some links? There's some where they can go see your pictures, or how does that work?
Yeah, right now you'd have to go to my Instagram page, which is dhollister77.
dhollister77. That's D.
Yeah.
As in David.
Yeah. As
Hollister,
in dynamite.
As in dynamite. And 77. So dhollister77.
Yeah. And I do a lot of infrared too, which
Infrared.
a lot of people don't do. But I'm getting into selling stock photography, doing videography for real estate, for people selling houses need the pictures of the house and the inside are videos. Hotels want videos for rooms, just anything and everything. Trying to make it a little side career.
Sure. And how do they get you? Do they contact you? How do they contact you off that?
They can message me on the Instagram page. Cool. They can find me on Facebook at David Hollister.
That's right, David Hollister.
Yeah, and they can message me there.
That's D like David.
Yeah, the website isn't built yet, but we're working on that.
Cool.
So here in the next couple of months, should be completely professional.
Right.
And these restaurants, we're shooting time lapses and we're shooting stop motion at restaurants now too.
Oh, cool.
So any
That's
big
really
event
cool.
you need to put on your website, and I'm your guy.
Yeah, that'd be awesome because you know restaurants.
Oh yeah,
and you know chefs.
Yeah, yeah,
and you know photography.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
No food. Yeah.
Bang.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's great. So you know how to photography and can do time lapse videos and stuff, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of
perfect. Yeah, it is. If you're trying to get a hold of me, that's Trey'sChowdown.com or Trey at Trey'sChowdown.com. And of course, Spoony. If you're looking for the Spoony Network, it's easy. It's just at Spoony or Google Spoony. It'd be good to go. And then, of course, if you want to find anything out about David Hollister, could they just Google David Hollister? Would that work?
If you Google David Hollister, you get the R&B artist. But if you Google Chef David Hollister,
Chef David Hollister,
yeah, you get a much smaller page. But I'm there.
Chef.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Until next time. Till next Friday. From Spoony, we're out.
Food Talk. This is the only 24-hour take-anywhere platform dedicated to food and fun. We're Spoony.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. They're extending condolences to the victims and are condemning the bloodshed. World leaders, including President Trump, reacting to the mosque massacres in New Zealand. 49 people killed, dozens wounded in attacks on 2 mosques in Christchurch, New Zealand's 3rd largest city. One eyewitness describing a terrifying scene after the gunman walked in through a back door.
It was like 10 to 15 minutes of continuous shooting.
White House National Security Advisor John Bolton says the U.S. stands ready to assist New Zealand.
We've been in touch with our embassy overnight. We're still getting details, but the State Department and others are